Welcome to a Pakistani summer. So it's really not a Pakistani summer unless you've received a crate of mangoes. Sending mangoes to almost everyone you know is yet another form of our famous hospitality. It's like our very own sweet love language. And it turns out that the world agrees as well. Pakistan's mangoes are internationally renowned because they're a fruit so specific to this soil, this heat, this river valley that no other latitude on earth can really replicate it. The Chaunsa of Multan, the Sindri of Mirpur Khas, the Anvaratol, these aren't just varieties, they're a comparative advantage that most countries would build their entire export identity around. That's probably why Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif chose to send mangoes to 76 countries this summer as a symbol of who we are. And that's exactly what's made me wonder, why don't mangoes fit into our bigger economic story? Because when you look at what this fruit actually is, what it's worth, and what the world is willing to pay for it, in fact, even if you just taste it, the answer is not that mangoes are a nice cultural gesture. The answer is that mangoes could be one of Pakistan's most serious economic assets. So today we're asking, why aren't they? And what's standing in the way? Pakistan is the world's fourth largest mango producer. The season arrives in waves. The Sindri first, large and golden, then the Anvaratol, punishingly sweet with a window of just a few weeks. Then in July, the Chaunsa, honey thick and oh so fragrant. And actually the mango has more than 200 varieties. It's a season that runs from May all the way through September. But here's the number that tells you everything you need to know about why this fruit is so special. The Chaunsa of Multan reaches a brick score, which is the scientific measure of sugar content, and the Chaunsa reaches up to 26. A supermarket mango from Mexico or Peru sits at just 12 to 14. So you're not eating the same fruit everywhere you go. The mango is also the national fruit of Pakistan and also various other countries. It's also the national tree of Bangladesh. And it's been cultivated right here in this soil for over 4,000 years. Evidence of its consumption has been found at Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. The Sanskrit word amra evolved into the Urdu am. Buddhist monks carried it to Southeast Asia, Persian traders took it to the Middle East, the Portuguese brought it to Brazil, and every tropical supermarket shelf in the world now carries the descendants of these orchards. The original, though, is irreplaceable, and Pakistan has more of it than almost everywhere else on earth. And the world has always known this, which is why the mango has been one of Pakistan's most consistent and most underappreciated foreign policy instruments for decades. Now, this practice for using mangoes for diplomacy actually goes back to the 1950s when Sindhi mango farmers first gifted crates to Queen Elizabeth II. Pakistani mangoes are also so good that when Chairman Mao received a crate as a diplomatic gift, he passed them on to factory workers who treated them like sacred relics. They wept over them, they even bowed before them, and they boiled one of them in water just to share a spoonful each. A man actually who said something dismissive about a mango was even executed. What followed became known as the mango cult, the fruit preserved in wax, venerated across the country, and this wasn't just a spectacle, it marked a political turning point. Mao's gift coincided with a shift in the Cultural Revolution itself as the working class moved to the center of it. So a Pakistani mango didn't just cross a border, it sparked a cult and changed the course of a revolution in China. But closer to home in 1981, General Ziaul Haq sent Anvaratol to Indira Gandhi during a period of high tension. Then in 2001, Musharraf sent mangoes to Vajpayee ahead of the Agra summit. Then in 2014, Nawaz Sharif sent a box to Narendra Modi through official channels, even as the two countries exchanged fire across Kashmir. And here's an interesting fact. India, which is the world's largest mango producer, has never once returned the favor to Pakistan. But that's okay. Moving on. What makes the mango work diplomatically is exactly what makes it irreplaceable as a fruit. When Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif sends the Chaunsa to a head of state in Brussels or Nairobi, he is actually sending something that cannot be bought in Brussels or Nairobi. That is Pakistan's soft power argument in a box. So the question is, are we capitalizing on this enough? Mango exports currently earn Pakistan between $80 and $110 million a year. That number sounds significant, but consider this. Pakistan produces nearly 2 million tons of mangoes annually and exports only 6 to 7% of it as fresh fruit. The rest is consumed domestically, lost to damage, or processed into pulp at low margins. The gap between what Pakistan grows and what Pakistan earns from the mango is one of the most striking missed opportunities in the country's agricultural economy. But the good news is that some people are stepping up to fill this gap. Last year, the Pakistan Horticulture Development and Export Company approved an ambitious 3-year plan to raise Pakistan's total horticulture exports to $2 billion by 2028, with mango as the flagship crop. And the best part about all of this is that the groundwork is already being laid. This year, the EU approved direct mango exports from Pakistan for the first time. The first shipment, which was 120 tons of Chaunsa, arrived in the Netherlands in February, bypassing Dubai and cutting costs by 25% and delivery time by 5 days. Pakistan's mango exports to Europe grew 48% in just 2 years. And China is next, a vast market where Pakistan's share remains low despite its demand and where consumers are increasingly willing to pay a premium price for exactly what Pakistani mangoes have to offer. So Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was probably onto something with his mango diplomacy, because there are signs that Pakistan is beginning to treat the mango as an economic asset rather than just a cultural one. The Sindri was registered as a geographical indication in 2023, which is a legal protection that ties the variety to its specific origin, the way Darjeeling tea is tied to the hills of West Bengal, and the Chaunsa registration is now underway as well. It is a tool that would allow Pakistani exporters to charge a premium no competitor can legally undercut. And then at the orchard level, PHDEC's mango bagging initiative, in which individual mangoes are wrapped in protective paper bags on the tree, shielding them from fruit flies and reducing pesticide use, has gone from a pilot of 150,000 bags in 2023 to nearly 10 million bags projected this year. Exporters are reporting nearly double the returns compared to conventional practices. Bagged Pakistani mangoes are now accepted in Japan, South Korea, the United States, and the EU. And these are not grand policy gestures. They are small but practical interventions that are already working. And they show what focused attention on this fruit can actually do for us. And all of this means that the mango could be to Pakistan what coffee is to Colombia, a product so specific to its soil that the geography becomes the brand. The question is whether Pakistan builds that identity before something else gets in the way. Because there are two threats that might actually get in the way, and neither is small. The first is geopolitical. Regional conflict has closed Pakistan's most important overland trade routes. The Gulf, which accounts for 35% of mango exports, has become harder and more expensive to reach because of the war. Sea freight to Gulf destinations has surged from $1,200 per container to as much as $7,000. Air freight has more than doubled as well. The export target this year has been cut by nearly 30% as a result. These are disruptions Pakistan cannot control, but they do make the case for market diversification for Europe, for China, for East Asia, which now should become more urgent than ever. The second threat is climate, and this one cuts a little bit deeper because a lot of it is out of Pakistan's control. In Rahim Yar Khan this season, a surge in temperatures in February brought mango hopper insects. A drop in March brought powdery mildew. The blossoms collapsed into what farmers call batur, dried, dead husks where fruit should have grown. Contractors across Khanewal refused to lease orchards altogether. And this isn't a one-off problem. 5 consecutive years of climate disruption, even the season's timing has shifted. The Sindri now arrives 1 to 2 weeks early as warming compresses the calendar that these orchards have run on for generations. Experts estimate production in affected areas is down 20% or more. So then the question becomes what it would actually take to save the mango and what it would take to actually scale the production. And the good news, once again, is that people are working to fix this. The Mango Research Institute in Multan and the Sindh Horticulture Research Institute in Mirpur Khas maintain genome gardens, which are collections of over 80 local and foreign varieties studied specifically for climate resilience. Some resist pests better, others hold fruit through high winds, others need significantly less water. All of which means that the science exists. Researchers at Bahauddin Zakaria University in Multan, who published the most comprehensive global study on climate change and mango production in 2025, have identified practical interventions available right now. Better canopy management to reduce heat stress on the flowering stage, micronutrient applications of zinc and boron to strengthen fruit setting, and better pest management re-timed to the new erratic weather patterns rather than the old predictable calendar. But the most urgent fix has nothing to do with the tree itself. Up to 40% of Pakistan's mangoes are actually lost after the harvest, not to climate change, not to war, but to poor handling and the near total absence of cold storage between the orchard and the port. That is fruit already grown, already ripened, already paid for in labor and water and land, but simply discarded before it reaches an actual buyer. If we fix the cold chain, Pakistan does not need to grow a single extra mango to dramatically increase what it already earns. What's missing is a unified brand and the infrastructure to actually deliver it at a bigger scale. All the other challenges flow from those two gaps. And thankfully, there are people willing to fill those gaps as well. The Chaunsa of Multan doesn't grow anywhere else on Earth. The Anwar Atoll sweetness doesn't exist in any other latitude, and the Sindri's flesh, shaped by the Indus soil, is nowhere else to be found. So here's the thing. Pakistan has sent mangoes to 76 countries this summer as a declaration of who we are. The EU has opened the doors for the first time. China is waiting. The research exists. The science exists. The demand exists. The Mughals built 100,000 mango trees and kept diplomatic logs of every crate received. Ghalib ate them instead of writing poetry. Even Chairman Mao's factory workers wept over them. Which means that the mango has always punched above its weight for Pakistan. Diplomatically, culturally, historically. With just a little more attention in policy, in investment, in cold storage facilities sitting unbuilt between the orchard and the airport, the mango could actually start doing wonders for this country economically as well.